Okay, on this particular shot, you were aimed to the left. Okay, and then the last film I did, I moved the ball way up here, put the stick at there's the target, and I made you get your feet, your legs, your arms, shoulders parallel to this stick. This one you're closed. You can tell this foot's more forward than that foot, right? Yeah. Right. So let's look at path. So this setup right here is good. This one's closed, meaning you're aimed to the left over here. All right. So let's look at the path that the club's going to swing on here. Okay. In my opinion, you're dead already. Anytime I see the path of the club where the shaft is pointing outside the ball, that way, you're going to always reroute the club to vertical or steep. So that's how far outside the plane you are from them. You know that already, right? You said that. Club's parallel to the ground right there. That shaft is pointing 15 to 20 degrees over this way. So you're outside the ball, swinging across it. You said that already, right? That's where the ball went. Right where you swung. All right, so I'll tell you how to improve your path in a minute. Now let's talk about the second part. Remember I told you that you work too linear or forward? Watch your body here. See how far forward of this ball you are? And a lot of that is a band-aid to make sure you hit the ball first. If you do that and line up straight and your club face is square, you're going to block it or push it. Yeah. That's why it's going left when you aim correctly. When you aim incorrectly, you're going to even swing more to the right to make you pull it more because you're so far ahead of it. Okay, so I'm going to show you two different swings here just to kind of do a comparison. All right, I don't want to forget that number, 239. So I'm going to put somebody up that's close to your body size and shape just for a second, just because you got to compare apples to apples. I'm going to switch them around left-handed. Let's talk about what I just talked about. This is Kelly Gibson, great ball striker. Let's watch the path of the club. I'm putting it right through the left elbow. Your hands are a little bit higher so that the club is actually close to about in the same position to the back. Right? Your hands are just higher than his at address. That's the difference. Now he's kind of a push drawer. So here's his toe line. And your toe line's pretty close to that one on the ground, so that's okay. He's slightly actually open to the target, slightly. All right, now let's watch just the path of the club going back first. Remember what I said, when you got halfway back, that club is parallel to the ground. His club's parallel to the ground, and look at the difference where the club head is. Foot and a half to 2 feet? Let's say a foot and a half. Watch where the butt end of the club is pointing when it's in that position. You see where yours is. Look at the difference in the shape of the shaft. So his shaft is pointing inside the ball. That's going to be your first goal, is to get the shaft when it goes back to go more up. Because the more it goes around, it creates two falls. One is you get real narrow, your arms won't, you can't create any width. That's the end of his backswing there. And yours is going to collapse. And when you get in a driver in your hand, it gets even worse. Right? So that's a steep over the top move when you go inside first. Now watch how his shaft actually will shallow out. It actually flattens. Flattens meaning it goes this way. See where the head goes? So now it's almost in exactly the same position that it went back, right? Isn't it?
Show me the takeoff of both of them again.
Take away.
Yeah, take away just the first foot. It looks like it's going a little outside and maybe shut. This.
Well, it's not outside. It's outside of his hands.
Yeah. Okay, so his club face goes back and goes right up that thing, club head itself. And then mine took off right there, it starts getting inside. That's just my hands again, just rolling it opening it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're not actually rolling it open as much as you think. It's what we call back bend. So your wrist can cock, they can bend, and they can roll. And in your case, your wrist goes more like this, right? Back bend that way. His lead arm is close to his chest. Yours is outside your chest. He's taking it back like this, and you're doing it more like this.
Yeah, what I did today is more like what I've still been doing. I've actually not done that a few times.
So
I want to get you to video me not doing that once.
we're going to practice in here in just a second. But if I can get your first part of the takeaway where it goes more up first, you're going to feel like Lee Trevino says. You're going to feel like it's going outside and then under, or outside under, outside under. So you get that sensation that you're going away and under. You've got an opposite circle. Yeah. You're going this way. So you got to practice going in. You need to buy you something that you can stick in the ground. That I can give you an old putter grip or something.
Yeah, I've actually done that. Where you might take it out and swing in and miss the still, and I can actually hit the ball.
Yeah, but you got to do it long enough to. Cause I'm a member of the Top 200 Club, which is the top 200 teachers in America. You know what the number one flaw, if they ever get into it, is the first 4 feet. You said once you get your grip, your aim, your posture, and your ball position right, the first 4 feet really dictates the whole path of the club head. And if you're inside the circle versus above the circle, it's still a tilted arc, right? Look where the club's coming in. It's still coming back in on that same circle and exiting on that same circle. When it goes in and then over, which is the shaft and the club tips over this way, this is the top of this swing, right? There. That's the top of this swing. Yeah. Look where the club head is in relationship to his head. Look where you're. How you gonna get that club head to get over here?
I broke down again. I was supposed to be short today. Well, here those guys playing shorter guys.
They were all the same. They were all. When you start swinging that way for the first 5 swings, you can count on the next 50 being exactly the same. All right, so I want to show you one more thing. What number were we looking for? 239. All right, let's do the same thing from this angle. And I think your setup from this angle actually is pretty good. So I just switched him around left-handed. He's hit an 8-iron, so there's 90 degrees, right? There. 90 degrees, right? So he's a little bit more behind the ball. Maybe a little bit wider, a little bit more behind it. Now he's going to turn behind it. I think you do pretty good. Other than what we just talked about with your arms. From a body position, you're acceptable there. I just don't like where your arms are. But body-wise, pretty good. Now watch when he changes direction. He shifts back to the right on his front foot. Look where his head stays in the whole time through the ball.
Yeah, and I got way out there. And then over the top.
Well, that's
over the top. Here it comes. 2 feet.
But look where you are.
Yeah.
When you hit it. You just did it. You just did it. Look how much further ahead of the ball is. Anytime I see that, I see really flippy hands. Your hands are in the same position. Look how your shaft's leaning this way.
That's my goal, to see me on film doing something similar to that.